Here we are, talking again about these stupid companies. I was just talking about graphics cards yesterday, and I was just saying how I would really want Intel Z, whatever their graphics processors that they're gonna be coming out with this year. I would wish that they would just be something competitive. So it forces the other two companies to make decisions that they don't really want to have to do because they're aiming to be a monopoly, not in competition with others. And as I say something good about Intel, then they go ahead and they do this, just completely asinine and stupid ass shit that they've been doing. It's just why I don't fucking have Intel. When I was building my rig last year, uh, I looked at the options. At some point, it was cheaper to go to Intel. And I looked at two things. I heard about AMD's drivers and the funkiness sometimes that comes on their platform, and I heard about Intel's price. Anybody didn't tell me was that AMD is a company that kind of tries, and Intel is a company that just doesn't give two shits about any of their fucking customers. So when I was looking at that kind of stuff, and I was going, did I make the right decision? I bought a more expensive X570 uh, than the B450 that I wanted because they weren't there. There were no B550s that just came out that I even wanted that were even decent prices, let alone available. And I looked at some of the other stuff, being like, maybe Intel would have been a good one, not for the content creation stuff that I'm doing, but for gaming. And what do? They limit RAM speed on their fucking motherboards because it's overclocking if you're using the RAM at the speed that you bought it for it. So they do stupid shit all the time. And as AMD releases their Zen 3 processors, kicks the shit out of all their ones for $300 gaming wise. Um, when when already the difference between a 3060 and a 10900K really isn't that big. With them having new chiplet designs that might have just these mega APUs, them doing some stuff with the chiplet for the GPU, all this stuff going on, you would think Intel wants to actually do something good. Well, here's Intel's news today. The headline of it is that the Intel's Z590 motherboards are only going to be PCIe Gen 4 compatible when running 11th Gen Core i9s, Core i7s, and Core i5 desktop CPUs. They're not going to be supported by the Comet like refreshes of the Core i3s. Yeah, what the actual fuck? You know, it's like they want people to come to their platform. They want to sell their processors, and then do shit like this. It's like if PCIe Gen 4 is available on the motherboard, why why is it only with that processor? Right? Like, isn't it with the motherboard? Like, if my motherboard doesn't have PCIe Gen 4, but it fits a Zen 3 processor, I can put a 5600X on that and not have PCIe Gen 4. But if I have one that's PCIe Gen 4, it doesn't matter if it's the 5600X that's in there. So, and I get it. I get it. People are like, well, there's might be something different about specifically was the Rocket Lake CPUs. But that's not my problem. That's it's the problem of really anybody who's on Intel. But that's Intel's problem. They got to fix that shit. Anybody who thinks that's okay, why? Why not just tell them, no, we don't like this. I'm not going to get your Z590. What's the point of getting a Z590? Like, you're already limited on your RAM on Z390, so you can't go above, like, what is it, 2660? I don't understand them. They're in a position where they can actually pick themselves up by their bootstraps and just be a general decent CPU manufacturer that people can go to. They can just go there to have a just cheap gaming system, an okay rig if you need it for other things, content creation, other shit. And it's there if you need to. It's not the best of the best anymore, but it's there. It's consistent. It's reliable. And then they do shit like this, and it's like, why? Like, if you don't need Rocket Lake CPUs of the Core i9, i7, i5s, which, by the way, the i3s will not work with PCIe Gen 4 of Rocket Lake. Again, these are CPUs that aren't even out yet, so who knows what could change then. AMD's launch was not supposed to have as much CPU support with the newer motherboards as it was backwards compatibility, but they fan pressure and they did it. So who knows? But to like come out with this after your last big PR stunt is fuck you and our customers. We're gonna limit the RAM you can use, even though it's like the actual speed you bought of the RAM. Like after doing something like that, you would think they'd want to not just piss off their customers and anybody who wants to look at their platform and go, "Ooh, come over here." I don't know. I want to say good things about Intel. I want them to do okay. I don't think they're a good company at all. So I mean, like a good company as far as PR wise. So I don't really have love for them, but this is just stupid. You know, it's like I'm trying to blank Apple. It's like Apple. The same thing of like they do shit that pisses off people and inconveniences more of their customer than people who would want to be their customer. You want to have people attracted to your system. How are people going to be attracted to this? And Apple doesn't really have a competitor to put them in the market. Android's not Samsung's not. There's no like there's Apple for their ecosystem and then there's everything else because they're all in their own special thing. But Intel has AMD. AMD's been putting pressure for years. And now they're overtaking them as #1 gaming CPU. So what the fuck they're doing this for? I don't know. Beyond me. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know why Intel would do this other than their greedy corporation. Yeah, what's the benefit of this? Because to me, I only see this as this makes hardcore fans and people who are actual sing your praises be like, nah, you know what? Yeah, I can say yes to the reliability and the cost performance for the processor, but now they're a piece of shit and what they did sucks. I don't see any other reaction to actual people who, because this doesn't, like anybody who's an AMD fan, this doesn't do anything to you. You would never go to an Intel anyway. Anybody who'd be like on the fence of transfer of like choosing a platform, it's like they're closing the platform more and more and more. And why would you want to go over there? Like for convenience or price, sure, you can go get something, but now it's your main rig. And to the Intel people, this just pisses them off. This just limits them while not getting anybody else to come over. So I don't see a point, but why don't you guys let me know down below what you think? Leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more of this bashing Intel and stupid fucking companies. And I'll see you guys next time.